Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Tales of Arise. Last time we left off, we got a lot of information about Linnaeus and the Rinna. Was some pretty interesting stuff. Apparently Volron and Alphen are the only sovereigns, and the people who won the crown contest, I kind of don't know what even happened to them, so...
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Man, Dohalim's great. I actually saw a thing recently that there's apparently a Tales character popularity poll, and I think Alphen's currently sitting at number 3, but Dohalim's sitting at number 1, where he belongs. Select a topic to explore. Lords. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding master core. They're also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated elements. Selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a master core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Yeah, so Dohalim was forced into the position. Just a reminder of that. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Well, you guys kind of flubbed that one, didn't you? Because there's currently 4 incapacitated lords. And one of them's just like, I don't want to do it anymore. Select a topic. So here's like just a big lore dump. Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. Following is a report on the second successful case of sovereign test subject experimentation. Test subject, given name Volron. Although the subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. Yeah, so he's basically super conceited and doesn't want anybody ruling over him. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. So you're saying it surpasses even those of the last successful type subject, itself a failure. Yeah, so you're saying Alphen was a failure too. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dahna under the guise of serving as a lord. Okay, select a topic to explore. So yeah, you guys were like, the risks aren't that big of a deal anymore because we have better controls in place now. Master cores. Master cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belong to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these master cores, those with earth, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan lords at the time of the crown contest. Only the dark master core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renus Alma is ready to be reformed, its existence kept top secret. Underneath a master core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the crown contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renis Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Due to successful regeneration of the Renis Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. So yeah, the crown contest is just about getting enough energy in the cores to make the Renis Alma. They're not actually going to crown anyone sovereign. Spirit cores are end terminals used for collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. So that's why people were working in the mines and working at like the floodlights in Ganabelt's territory, because they have to be close to the spirit vessel for it to actually work. But I'm not sure how big the radius is. Maybe it's just anybody that lives in town. As long as they have a spirit core, they're good. This means that Dahnans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. That's messed up. So they specifically make people work themselves nearly to death because they expend more astral energy that way. God, this whole process was so fucked. Okay. Well, this is a neat little lore dump. I can kind of read it at my own speed. Like the topic. Sovereign. Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority, and an ID crest. The Dahnan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such attitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. So both Volron and I were like... Or maybe they were about to say the two successful sovereigns weren't that, but... Does that mean both Alphen and Volron had aptitude for all elements? As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. No effective alternative methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Dahnan subjects are authorized to continue. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. So the reason they need a Dahnan for it is because they can make the Dahnan have an aptitude for all of the different elements except dark, and then they need a Renan to be the maiden just so they have the dark element as well. Interesting. Well, I guess they don't need it to be a Dahnan, because Volron wasn't a Dahnan. But they need someone that has aptitude for all of them, but including Dahnans increases the amount of people that you can test on, so... Maiden acts as the Sovereign's support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority. Renan's subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental Dark Astral it lacks in tandem with the Renis Alma. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible... God, I hate how it refers to it. For astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects, so that might be why they let you guys see each other. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. So it seems like possibly what happened in the spirit channeling ceremony was... Naori's dark energy went out of control, which then made Alphen go out of control when Naori was supposed to be the support and kind of keep Alphen under control, so everything was just a mess. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past sovereign's rampancy. Mental instability, but that was caused by the dark energy, not her. Countermeasures must be considered. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Wait, so Naori went back? So wait, Naori's alive? I mean, we haven't had confirmation that she was dead yet, I don't believe. So that's interesting. God, there's so much here. Are these something too? This is. What about you? Oh my god, there's so much. Showing the room's equipment. Oh, never mind, these are just showing Lenegis' structures. Yeah, I read these before, but these two still have something, right? Select a topic. Sedative mask. Device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. So this is the mask that Alphen used to have. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. I wonder if Alphen's experienced any of those side effects, considering it seems like he had it on for 300 fucking years. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegis, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. I want to find out why specifically did they send Alphen to Calaglia, I wonder. Like, was there a specific reason for that? After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dahna's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. The system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Dahnans alike to enslavement. Test subject number 10,105 serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it has been done by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. So wait, you didn't use magic or medicine or drugs or anything? You just brainwashed them with sheer governance? Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression, rooted in violence and fear, has proven to be key to this style of rule. So yeah, you basically just take away all of their will to fight. And just take away their humanity, basically, and are like, no, you are just a slave. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. God, Volron was fucked up. Soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. And you guys are even going to use it! Oh my god, they're taking Volron's thing and they're like, you know what? This is a good idea. Jeez. Select a topic. Lenegis. A large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dahna's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Rena's Alma within the central core of Lenegis. It is comprised of a classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as the stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. Okay. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plans to address said damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegis serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the crown contest on Dahna. Any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. So they're in the final steps of the spirit channeling ceremony now, so... They have the Renas Alma. Do they have another maiden? And, I mean, I guess Volron's the other sovereign. Maybe they're just saying screw Alphen, and they're just like, we're just gonna do it with Naori and Volron instead? Since it seems like Naori's still good, but no, they said they specifically retired Naori, so maybe they have a different maiden? Maybe the red woman is a maiden? I don't know. A lot of questions here. I don't think the red woman is a maiden, but apparently they're going ahead with the final steps of the spirit channeling ceremony because the residential district is messed up, so... Massive spirit vessel placed on Dahna for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegos's conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Dahnan waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dahna. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dahna. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy and mass. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegos. Because construction and adjustment takes place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lenegos's outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interfere with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dahna after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. Detachable Harvester's 2 landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dahna. So yeah, when the first one blew up, it basically made it easier to penetrate the center of the planet. Okay. Well, that was a big old lore dump. Everybody got that? There's going to be a test in a few weeks, so I hope you got it. It's the final exam. This decides if you graduate or not, so get ready. I want a short answer on the Harvester and Maidens and Sovereigns, how they interact with each other and stuff. No multiple choice, just short answer. Oh god. Okay. What do you got? A notice. This area will be shut down as the project proceeds to the final phase. Okay, nothing there. What are you? See lots of numbers. Looks like the logs of alignment between subjects and Lenegos proper. Treasure. Thank you. And that's it for in here. Oh wait, what are these? Nothing? Some of them have something and some of them don't, so I still feel the need to check them all. Can this be like a save point or something? Because I feel like that area is bad news. Okay, well there's a treasure in here. 3 life bottles. I actually need those, I think. Room unchanged over 3 centuries. Looks like time itself has stopped here. Yep, this is where you were hanging out. Yeah, and we walked down there and into that room in the flashback before, I believe. The voice of Dahna.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dahna. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
Wait, Naori still can't be alive. She's gotta be dead, right? How long do Renans live? I just realized
Worse
that.
than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegos will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. doing this will grant you even the slightest chance. I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
Yeah, so it said Naori was sent back to her household before, so I don't think it's possible for Naori to still be alive unless she was put in, you know, one of those things to live forever or something, or cryogenically frozen. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, she at least didn't die then. I don't think.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegus.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegus crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Yep, we sure did. And yeah, the reason we couldn't feel pain and we lost our memories was the effects of the mask that we heard about earlier, so... Interesting. Lot of lore being thrown at us here. A lot of stuff to keep up with. Alright, what do we got now? Zone classified area, so we've never been here before. This looks like a boss fight room. And that looks like a door inside Lord Jabu Jabu. Jeez. Alright, what's down here before I go to the obvious elephant in the room? Nothing! What about down there? There's a treasure. I want the treasure. Can you be like a billion orange shells? Okay, a heavy treat's pretty good too. Probably still gonna try and save those for the super bosses of the game. Just seems like a good idea. Alright, what is this?
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dahna's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Elfin's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dahna. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Dahnan voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a maiden and sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Xion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Xion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Xion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah. You're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Okay, God, shut up, shut up. I have so much to say, please. I gotta get some thoughts out. Latest maiden. Okay, so, one, it looks like we got a free sword out of that. Apparently Naori left a sword for us, it seems. Two, you can give Law a smack all you want as long as you have your thorns. It'll just hurt a lot more. So the other things I was curious about, so Naori said she cursed her descendants. So did the thorns problem just not get this bad with anybody that came before Xion? Or the Renans live longer than I think, and Xion is just Naori's daughter? Also, if that were the case, you said your descendants, you're passing it on to your descendants. What would have happened if you just didn't have kids and just died? Wouldn't this thing have died with you? Or maybe it would have instead, when you died, just unleashed that shit everywhere. Like you just basically turned into a dark energy nuke. So maybe that's what would happen. So maybe dying wasn't an option, but I would be interested to see if that came up at any point. Like if Naori thought, what if I just die of natural causes without having a child? Then it's never passed on and it'll just go away. But, okay, and there was something else I wanted to say, but shit, I think I forgot it now. There was something else on my mind, but I don't remember what it was. There was a lot of stuff. That was a long cutscene, and I felt like I needed to write stuff down just to keep my thoughts in order, but here we are. Revitalized. Restores all allies' HP. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and grab that right now, aren't we? You damn right we are. You never did get Nurse, did you? Where's Nurse? Whatever. CP restoration when full. That's good. Reduced art casting time during combos for you. Alright, we got some good stuff from this. So Dale Arthalis, a sword given to the chosen sovereign that draws out all of their latent power so as to carry out the spirit channeling ceremony. And ceremonial garb given to the chosen sovereign, granting them the endurance to withstand the immense power of the spirit channeling ceremony. And Laaz Fiarquis? Ceremonial guard given to the chosen maiden, capable of interfering with astral energy. It's worn to contain the sovereign's power. But yeah, there were a lot of thoughts that I felt like I had to get out there, and I unfortunately forgot some of them. Maybe it'll come back to me later or something, but I gotta say, I really like this look for Alphen, and I especially like Xion's hair up like that and like the braids.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Dahnans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dahna.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Dahnans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Okay. I did remember during that particular skit what I was going to say. We still don't know the motivation for the spirit channeling ceremony or why they're doing it. Like, and why this Red Woman character has stolen the Renus Alma. Does she just want to see the world taken over by darkness and destroyed? Is it just going to be that kind of final villain motivation reveal? It's like, I'm a nihilist. I hope not. I hope we get something more interesting out of it instead of the person just being like, I want to see the world get destroyed and reborn. Because that happens a lot. That is in so many JRPGs. You just get to the end and the person's just like, no, I want to restart the world because it's unfair or something. Alright, can I heal? Because we're still all like... Alphen, Xion, and Doalim are basically crawling right now, so... Could we grab a heal? That'd be just dandy. Oh yeah, and that was the other thing I was thinking about. So didn't Xion say at some point that, like, her family passed down the knowledge that you should seek the Renis Alma to possibly cure your thorns, or am I just making that up in my head? I want to say she said that at some point, like her family said you need the Renis Alma to get rid of it. But maybe I'm just crazy. I might just be crazy. It wouldn't be the first time, believe me. Anything hiding in here? Doesn't look like it. This is a very spiky room. Okay. We're heading into what looks like danger.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Alright, hit me with it. There's our save point. I find it funny that, God, you guys are gonna have a talk right here, really? Oh my god, this looks nuts. I find it funny that Kisara is the only character that will actually say a wordy dirty from time to time. Like, Kisara said, like, bastard and damn and stuff. Alphen says hell, but I don't really consider hell a wordy dirty. Ooh, this is a new screen. This is cool looking. But yeah, Kisara has a potty mouth at times. But nobody else does. It's like Kisara's the only one that's allowed to. Alright.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Dahnan astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renan Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
You dorks are having this dorky of a conversation at this incredibly epic hype moment, and you're over here throwing jabs at each other. What a bunch of dorks. Alright. We're completely healed up. We might potentially die, but at least Rinwell got one last jab in at, Law.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign. The
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dahna.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dahna's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renaissance. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Okay. That was funny. The subtitle for Law saying, "Who the hell are they?" was like, "Why me?" or something like that. That was funny.
Feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Okay, so my hypothesis was correct, that they were just gonna do their own version of the spirit ceremony. Alphen didn't work, and Naori just kind of like was like, So they're like, we're gonna do our own spirit channeling ceremony with blackjack and hookers. So that happens. All right, you guys have a lot of HP, or you ladies, I guess, if you even really have an actual gender. Yay, I got it. Even though I missed. I'm pretty sure I missed that Lunar Rondo.
Flaming pillar! Fire!
Good stuff. That's big damage. Oh no. I don't like the looks of that. And kablooey. Alright, can I get a heal, somebody? Thank you. That was a fantastic heal. I'm guessing that's that new one I just got Shion. Because that's crazy strong.
This one's mine.
Boom, boom, boom. Ow. Okay, so they use dark attacks. I've killed one of them, right? Yeah, oh wait, no, they're all still alive. Maybe they don't each have an individual health bar, they do just legit share one, so none of them are dying until I take out the whole thing. Ow. Ow. Let's go ahead and hit Shion with one of these before she dies. Oh god, I walked straight into that. That was my bad. Please don't get me up in the middle of the beams. Huh. Okay. Wow. Did you guys just walk into those laser beams? That's not good. Don't do that. God, that attack blows. It really sucks, that one. Can you die, please? Alright, let's hit you with one of these. So I can do this. No, so I can do this. Okay, you stupid... With your stupid flaming saw blades. Quit that.
Sorry, trouble.
Where'd you even get one of those from? Quit it. I don't like it. Ow. Okay, that time was my fault. You just slapped me in the face. Okay, you're doing your little rings. Pieces! Attack type! Hit him with it, Law. Oh, great. Here we go again. Oh, God. They're doing it a weird direction. Is she on? Thank you. Don't get hit by that, please. Okay, goodbye, Rinwell.
Stay away from my friend.
Okay. Hit him with this. We'll get Rinwell up in a second. I gotta get big damage down. Okay, good stuff. I'll go ahead and... Dolim, could you... Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, one more should do it. As long as this doesn't hit me. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Dolim. Really love you, man. All the boost attacks.
In a bind?
Here goes! I'm going to need to illuminate not my one.
Boom, boom, boom. There we go.
Say no more.
Dead. Out of here, red ladies.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dahna, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dahna. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Dahnan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were locked 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dahna. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dahnan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
It's too late. Can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Man, Volron died salty.
Okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renis Alma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renis Alma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dahna. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Huh.
But
Okay, well, I'll let you finish in a second, Law. Okay, so, yeah, Volron died mad about it. Died very, very salty. Yeah, I specifically mentioned, I'm like, huh, it's weird that it seems like they only want Dahnans, but Volron's a Renan, so I kind of had that thought in my head that maybe he actually is Dahnan. Well, it turns out Volron was actually Dahnan. So, that's interesting. And they were making their own spirit ceremony by basically having that weird, like, organic-looking dungeon act as the thing that helped Volron do the spirit ceremony, kind of like the Maiden does. So they did make their own spirit ceremony, and they're like, we're just gonna do it our way. We don't need you guys. I still don't know why, though. But if we're going to Rinna, this definitely feels like the end of the game we're approaching. I have to imagine for the post-game it's just gonna put us back on Dahna, though, so we can do all those things, because I don't think there was any way I could have beaten, like, Gnome at my current level. I had to go level up, so I think it'll probably send us back later. But we do have some points to spend here that I think I'm going to spend, and then we'll let Law finish whatever he was about to say, and then we'll probably end this episode off, because it's been quite a doozy. Oh, I've never gotten that one. I've never gotten that one. Huh. KO prevention might be nice. Defeated all lights. Yep, can't get that one. Penetration resistance. Wasn't there one that gave you attack? Okay, this one gives you attack. Infernal Tongue. So yeah, we want KO prevention, and then we'll get Iron Cleaver. You're good. Doalim. Elemental defense. We get you some... Ooh, elemental attack. Yeah, that's what we want. AG restored. About you, Renwell. Don't really have a ton of points on you. Increase PG, increase weak spot, increase boost strike. This one gives you elemental attack plus 50, so I want that. Law. Elemental attack on Law. Bumbling fighter extraordinaire. Yeah, sure, have an Inferno punch. And... Kisara. Well... Strength and counter edge. I want to finish off this tree, so we'll just wait. Alright.
seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Dahnans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
Uh-huh. Alright. Wait, said he seems to not care about Renans or Dahnans, and Alphen said, not in a good way, like us. Oh, I see what he was talking about. He doesn't care about the distinction between them. He just hates everybody. He just hates all humanity. Okay, that's what they were going for. I was like, that's a weird thing for Alphen to say. But alright, with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and end this episode of Tales of Arise off here. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.